Hold the presses. So, we got an interesting situation over here. Right here that we're going to be talking about. Mostly because of the utter hypocrisy that the other party is having. So basically what happened, if you don't know what happened, was that this Native American fellow with his instrument banging drum came up to this school of teenagers from a Catholic high school wearing MAGA hats, the most offensive thing in the world apparently for the mentally insane. And they saw it and went up to the boys who were there. Most of them were dancing to their music. I guess it was pretty good music. And they were dancing to it. And he went up to this one kid and he just banged the drum in his face. And the kid just stood there and smiled. This is the situation that we're yelling about. This is what's, quote unquote, as the term goes, triggering people. A guy comes up to a teenager, drums in his face, and the teenager smiles. That's what's causing this whole ruckus on social media. It almost seems ridiculous. I mean, it is ridiculous, but it almost seems like a premise in one of those sci-fi stories where people are absolutely insane and losing their, marbles. Like it's like this would never happen. This is something that is almost a part of the fantasy genre. So, I was thinking about this situation for a day now, and at first I was like really ticked, and I was going to make a video, and I was like, well, let me calm down first, because I was mad because of the utter hypocrisy of the people who are calling out these guys wearing the MAGA hats. Now, if you want to know my stance on politics, at first I was not a supporter of Trump when he was running, and then when he actually got into office and I realized, he's actually doing everything he said he was going to do, unlike other politicians who say they're going to do stuff and then actually don't do stuff. I'm like, okay, well, I can respect this guy, Yeah, cool. He actually is like doing stuff that he actually said he'd do, and he's not turning his back on that. Full respect there, buddy. I definitely started supporting him with the fact that he basically has been trolling the entire government, which, I'm totally in support of that. And in the support of the fact that I work in a retail center and I have actually had better pay and lower taxes because of him. So I'm like, yeah, I support that. Why wouldn't I support more money for myself? Of course I would. So, anyways, that's my stance. So, when you look at these teenagers who are, getting chanted at or whatever, if you look at all the things that this progressive left, crazy SJW NPC crowd have done, they've done way worse than a smile. I mean, normally, if you were to go in front of an SJW NPC's face like that and was to bang a drum at them, number one, the media, I'm talking to you guys now in the media, you would automatically say, look of the act of threat, like they're threatening them, they got in their face, they're banging drums, they deserve to fight back. This guy does it, and all of a sudden, he's the victim. Interesting stance. I've never heard that before. Then, on top of it, the SJW NPC crowd, if you were to go up and do that to them, they would threaten you, call you names, and might even physically assault you. We've seen scenarios like this, such as the university at Berkeley, when those riots happened, when a keynote speaker was coming to share some opinions he had that were differing from them, and they burned down the town almost. Like, it was insane. It was a riot. Yeah, those civil people. So, what I'm saying in regards to the situation, and I've noticed that a lot of people who spoke out about it are coming back saying, you know what, after second glance, I can kind of see that I was wrong in this. And I respect the few people who are doing this because it shows that they actually care, which you don't usually see a lot of in Hollywood, and which I'm focusing on Hollywood. And then, except for the lady, I forgot her name, Kathy Griffith, whatever. That redheaded psychopath who made a butchered face of the president and was holding it up with her face that looks like she just had a mugshot. Yeah, that's psycho. Yeah, she was sending out the phone numbers and I believe also the addresses of these teenagers, and I was like, number one, you're not sending them out to, hey, mail them a postcard and tell them how nice they were at respecting these people by not making fun of them or calling them names or anything like. No, Kathy Griffith, whatever. This lady who's psychologically, mentally has a disorder, obviously, because no one does this that is normal. She goes and puts out this private personal information online. What other reason would there be except as for a violent motivator? So, Kathy Griffith, whatever. She's a sick, sad waste of a human being, but whatever. She has a mental disorder, as you know, all SJW, NPC, progressive left people do have a mental disorder. They literally do. Like, these people are the dumbest people alive, I swear. Oh, did someone say this? Oh, they're racist. Like, if you go around life and you can't see the wider picture of things, the only thing you see is color, sex, and gender, but you can't see like the larger whole perspective of society and history, then maybe you need to, I don't know, get a reality check, a self-evaluation on your life, because it's pathetic. Anyways, that's another topic for another day. Basically, I'm really glad that this story is slowly turning to, logic, reason, understanding, to the point where it's like, okay, yeah, we're sorry, but this is absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that these people in Hollywood, it just shows you their true colors. It shows you who they are. It shows you what they want for the film industry. I mean, I really want to make a film, like a CGI type computer animated art cartoon film or whatever, saying what the progressive left NPC SJWs want for the world. And basically, let's just put it blunt. Let's just show them at the very end of what they want to do. Because, they do it slowly, gradually, years and years, and even decades possibly. But let's just show the end result, okay? Let's just show a bunch of ugly, fat women, with multicolored hair, looking gross as crap, with whips in their hands, putting men in chains, and teaching young girls that our men are evil, men are just terrible, and we have a chart on who's the good men and the bad men. The bad man at the bottom is the straight white male. Oh, he's the most evil one of them all. Grr, evil. I mean, let's just go ahead and just show what you want for the world, okay? Because the fact is, what you want is women to rule the world, men to basically die, which, by the way, if men die, ladies, you're gonna die too, because you can't recreate with each other. Sorry, biology. So it's just like you need men and men need women. That's why we're here. Women really drama driven. I have talked to a lot of girls who work at places with jobs where they are heavily women oriented, and they tell me about the drama constantly. She said this and she said that and I don't like her and she knew I didn't like her saying that and blah. And I'm like, and I've told them, I'm like, you need some guys in your job. That way some crap will just stop. And they're like, yeah, exactly. But then on the opposite end is the guys who don't think about feelings. Guys are like, yeah, whatever, grow up. And you know what? Most of the time, that can be a good thing. But there are instances where it's a bad thing. And that's why the women are there to show men, hey, you kind of need to touch your feelings a bit and understand these people and what they're going through. And the guys are there for the women for when their feelings get out of control to be like, look, it's not that big of a deal. Grow up. And that's why guys and girls both work so well together. Opposites attract. Anyways, that's a totally different subject. Totally different issue. So I'm very glad to hear what's going on with this whole situation. Tell me what you thought, what you think about the situation. Because from what I'm seeing, it seems as though recently, in recent past 2 years or so, the politics of Hollywood have become more aggressive. And I'm very happy to be a part of and glad that there is a movement out there by the consumers who are saying, no, we want good stories with good characters in them. Just give us that. We don't need politics, religion, we don't want to be indoctrinated. We just want to be told something really interesting with really cool ideas and really cool concepts. We don't want stupid garbage, okay? Thanks, we appreciate that. So tell me what you thought about this entire situation. It's kind of blown over, the past couple hours. People kind of just stopped talking about it. I really haven't seen anything about it on social media, but then again, I'm not on Twitter because don't need that negative energy into your life, right? So, anyways, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you later.